What's up, everybody? It's been a long time since my last video. The reason for that is because I really wanted to understand what this channel is actually supposed to do. As you all may have seen, AI is pretty dramatically taking over all the creative positions, starting from startups and the whole way up to the corporates. AI is not going anywhere. And the question is, where are you in contrast to the AI? Because it's one thing to be against AI as a concept and to disregard its usage in the industry. And it took me some time to understand what actual value I can bring to this channel and to my viewers that will not only teach Photoshop tricks, because up until now this channel was like teaching the basics. Those skills don't matter anymore. Anyone, starting from the very beginner designer or artist, concept artist, whatever, can create amazing art without understanding a single artistic principle. In combination with our skills of artistic principles and the abilities and capabilities of AI tools, we can use them to benefit us, to make our work even faster and more efficient. So in the past few months, I've been searching for a good quality product, and I'm gonna show you how you can make great designs for your game based on any design language that you want. Alright, my friends, welcome back to the channel. Let's begin. Here we are on this amazing platform. Now, this platform doesn't sponsor my video, it's just something that I use, and it's something that I wanted to share with you how I'm using it. This platform is called Imagine.Art. It has the image creation, it has the video generation, and it uses all the best tools. It has the Nano Banana Pro, whatever, anything you want, it has it. The videos, the images, but what is especially good, and I mean this is one of the best things that I've encountered, and it's not the only platform that has it, but it's one of the easiest to use, is the workflows. It has the most efficient workflow for AI generated content. Okay, so right here, you can create a new workflow. Okay, as you can see, it's just a white space. Well, black space for me because I just prefer the dark mode. We can have prompt ideas, animate image, edit image, merge styles, whatever. I will show you the most basics that I use to create game UI elements. If you double click here, you will get this option drop-down menu. We will start by typing prompt and clicking this button here. It will give us this rectangle where we can type our prompt, but this is not gonna be a regular prompt. This is gonna be the base prompt, okay? And we're also gonna rename this prompt name to base icon prompt. Now we will type here, create a video game icon for a casual game. And as you can imagine, nothing major will be generated, or if it's gonna generate something, it's gonna be completely random because we didn't type anything that we want, any description, right? If you already worked with prompts, you know that you have to specify exactly what you want. But this is exactly what makes this specific tool very interesting, because right now we're gonna create a duplicate to this prompt, and we're gonna name it visual style. And here we're gonna type in the visual style of, and here we're gonna give the specifics of the style that we are looking for. So for example, cute, round shapes, natural color palette. We want to be super specific and give it negative prompt as well. So what not to do. We will type negative visual style. No sharp shapes, no blood, no dirt, no monsters. So this prompt is the visual style. Let's duplicate it again with Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V, and we're gonna name it icon description. Here you say the icon is, and let's do the wooden sword that I did in one of the previous videos. The icon is a wooden sword. All right, so now it's gonna know what icon exactly am I going for. right? So we have the style, we have the direction, and now we also have the icon itself. Now for this one, we will call it camera angle. We don't want this icon to be perfectly facing the camera. We maybe want to add some angle, some character to the shape. You remember the silhouette video that I did, right? So we know that silhouettes have power, and this is exactly what this camera angle prompt is gonna do. We're gonna create some kind of dynamic transition for this icon. So let's say make the icon 3/4 top view. And let's also add the camera is positioned slightly above and looks down on the icon. And lastly, and this is an option, right? Don't necessarily have to do exactly like this, but it's an option. We can also create background prompt. So let's call it background prompt. Make the background a solid color. So let's also add no gradients, no additional elements on the background. And before we create an image out of this, we have an additional step that we need to take. Double click this area to open the drop down menu, and here you will see recently used, right? Because I just used it, but combine text, and it will give you this little box here. But what's special about this box is that you can now mix all of your prompts that you previously did into this box, and it will create basically a master prompt that consists of all of these little nodes here. With this process, you don't have to create a whole big prompt and use it over and over again, every time changing one little piece. With this process, you can just change one of the parameters of these, let's say, separated prompts, and it will automatically update the main prompt. And let's also call it the main prompt. Okay, so let's see, for example, I will change the wooden sword to, I don't know what, a hamburger. And as you will see, a hamburger. The icon is a hamburger, so as you can see, it changes automatically. Let's bring the wooden sword back. And I don't need to change my prompt all the time, copying it, the whole thing, making sure I didn't forget anything. And now we can double tap again, type image, put an image here, and connect this combined prompt to the prompt area. As I put this image node here, it automatically gives me the options that I can use and the selection of the modules. We have it after a few seconds of generations with the Nano Banana. It's not even the Nano Banana Pro. And now we can export this to Photoshop by double clicking this background again and typing export. Now we're gonna have this export node, and we can drag this image right into the input, select the file type, the sizes we want. I usually do the 2K, and then just click export, and it will just download it to your computer. Let's do something different. Let's do a wooden shield. So let's say the sword was, wow, what a great first time hit. We can just copy it with, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, you guessed it, and use it as the reference image and put it right here in the reference image area. Remember, we are using a wooden shield right now, right? And we have our reference image here. So let's hit run and see what happens. And look, my friends, surprise, surprise. We have our beautifully generated shield that is exactly in the same style of our wooden sword. Alright, my friends, so for example, you have your own set of icons from the game that you are using as your reference. You can put these visual guidelines here as an additional image, but now we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna ask it to create a visual style guide for these type of icons to use exactly the parameters and the visuals from the reference image. So double click this black space and say text. In this prompt model, let's change it to GPT 5.1, and we will type here create a visual style guide for additional icons that will be in the exact visual language as the reference image. Drag it here into the input and click this arrow icon. Let's see what it says. Overall style, clean, modern, slightly cartoony game OS icon style, single bold shape per icon, easily recognizable, no outlines, shape language rounded soft corners. Actually, we don't really mind what it did, but we hope it created a good visual style guide. And let's create an image prompt here again using Nana Banana and also the combine text prompt here. Now let's take our main prompt from above and drag it down, and let's take this style guide and drag it beneath. Now it has created this mega prompt with our descriptions, easily changeable prompt icon, and also the style guide that we're gonna use. And of course, we're gonna connect it here into the prompt image, and also the reference image is gonna be this lightning here. So just now, let's check the parameters and hit run. And as a reminder, it should create a shield in the visual language of this lightning. And there you have it, my friends. It's not the best, right? We need to adjust it, maybe add some tweaks in Photoshop, but it just created us a shield in the same visual style. It even had the highlights and the glows mimicked exactly, precisely to the reference image. It's pretty great. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take this image, copy it, paste it here, and use it as additional reference image into the new icon. And now we're gonna have, let's say the icon is a sword. And now let's hit run again. It created as I guess neon sword or something. It's not exactly as vibrant as the reference image, and we can give it another generation. This time much better. It's not exactly the same, and we can tweak the prompt here a little bit. So let's add neon bright lights. What about the negative? No sharp shapes, no blood, no dirt, no monsters. Still works. Now, natural color palette. I don't think the natural color palette suits here. Round shapes, okay, cute. Neon bright lights. All right, let's see if it updated here as well. Neon bright lights, cute. Round shapes. Yep. Still works. Let's give it another try. Well, it did create something. Again, not exactly as the reference image, and I wonder why. And I also wonder, what if we change the model from Nana Banana to Nana Banana Pro, which is not unlimited in my plan, but I will give it a try and see what happens if we render it. Alright, cool! Nana Banana Pro got the task and created exactly what we were asking for. And as you can see, we have another image in our reference bank. And now maybe if we connect it back here to the reference image and go back to the Nana Banana and generate something, it can generate something for free. Interestingly enough, now the Nana Banana creates exactly the image as the Nana Banana Pro did, but now it's free, right? So you used it once and now it's generating free images. For the fun, let's write here, the icon is a hamburger with fries. Let's see if we can generate a hamburger with fries in the visual language of these neon icons. I guess it's gonna be a futuristic hamburger. Oh my god. Okay. I wasn't expecting it. I definitely thought that it's gonna ruin something, but I mean, it's not the best. It's not the best looking, and I'm sure if we generate it with the Nana Banana Pro, it's gonna be a little bit more accurate to the style that we have here already. In terms of the return on investment from this tool, I think it nails it pretty much. Yes, it's not exactly the style, but I mean, it's close enough, I guess. I think this channel needs to focus a little bit on the present and on the future, not on the past. I mean, yeah, it's fun to create images based on your skill in Photoshop, but today it's just simply not enough. This was my personal experience with the Imagine.Art so far. I will definitely keep using this tool. I will definitely keep exploring it much farther and see where exactly it can get. Don't forget to leave this video a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. If for some awkward reason you still want to know how to create stuff in Photoshop, just click this video here. It will take you to whatever video YouTube will suggest you, but my previous videos about how to create stuff with Photoshop with your hands. Anyway, it's gonna be beneficial because maybe it's the first reference image for your future icons. Alright, my friends, thanks for watching and I see you all in the next one. Bye bye.